What's up, guys? My name is Spartan, and this is episode 9 of the Beginner Progress series. And this is a series that I actually started around 2 months ago at this point, with the intention of sharing my knowledge of playing this game for almost a year and a half, and starting a brand new account and walking you guys, the beginner players, through exactly what I'm doing, what I'm upgrading, and why. So keep in mind, it is a little bit challenging because everybody's tower is going to look a little bit different. Not everybody's going to have the same ultimate weapons, the same modules, the same card luck. You know, there's a lot of different variables. But my intention for this series is to hopefully impart on you guys some good nuggets of knowledge about this game that can hopefully help you out throughout the course of the time that you're playing. One of the best examples I can think of at the top of my head is your module labs. Not neglecting your module labs so that you can level up your modules. Remembering to level up your modules because a lot of people forget. It's really, really important. There's so much stuff that I want to kind of impart to you guys throughout this series, and that's exactly what we're going to try to do in today's video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this where we start every single episode and begin in the stats page. All right, so here we are in the stats page. We are currently at lifetime coins of 221 billion lifetime coins. 1,400, just 4 shy of 1,500 lifetime stones. This is a free-to-play account with an exception of the beginning packs, which are available in the shop here. So you can see we got the starter epic and disable ads. Those are, generally speaking, if people buy all 3 of these, they're still kind of considered free-to-play. But regardless, free-to-play or not, we are not buying stone packs. We're not buying certainly any gems. We're not getting the event boosts. We're not buying any of this stuff. So just keep that in mind. If you do purchase anything for the tower, whether it be in the in-game app or the web store, please consider using my creator code. My creator code is code 300. Using my creator code directly supports me at no extra cost to you, and I really appreciate it. The love that we've already gotten so far with creator code 300 has been just absolutely insane. My wife and I greatly, from the bottom of our hearts, we're super grateful, so thank you guys. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into the contents of this episode, starting with the workshop. So starting in the workshop, what we're actually going to do is hit the respec button. Guys, it is time for us to transition to Orb Devo. I'm going to walk you guys through this. This is something that a lot of players do maybe a little bit earlier than where I'm at currently. If they buy stone packs, they can certainly do it earlier, but because I do not buy stone packs on this account, we will have to wait a little bit, and that's totally fine. But what we're going to do is actually transition to a build called Orb Devo. This is a build that I've made a guide on my channel for. Feel free to go check it out if you would like. But basically, this is a build that is super good for coin income. You will struggle in tournaments, you will struggle with your sell income, but your coins will go up a lot quicker. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set up the workshop for that right now. So first and foremost, you do need to respec, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now what we're going to do is start in the utility upgrades. We're basically going to unlock all of the different categories here, and what we're going to do is we're going to max the stuff that we need to max. So that is cash bonus, coins per kill bonus, coins per wave, cash per wave. We are skipping over the free upgrades. We are not going to max these out. We're also going to max interest per wave. Then we're going to max package chance. What we're going to do now is basically leave this as is for the meantime. We'll move on to our defensive upgrades here. And we're going to basically unlock everything with an exception of the wall. So we got all the way to the wall, and then that is good. And now what we will do is max the following things. So we will max Death Defy, Shockwave Frequency, Orb Speed, Knockback Force, Lifesteal, Defense Percentage, and that's pretty much all the stuff that you can immediately max. We can also max like this right here if we want to, but it's pretty dang expensive, so I'm not going to do it. So what I generally tell people is to leave their thorns at level 0, and then gradually bring it up while you're trying to trim the enemies in increments of 5 levels per, stopping once you achieve 34% thorn damage. But because I'm lazy and don't have time to sit here and watch my game, I'm basically just going to increase this to 34 and not have to worry about it. And because I'm going to be farming at minimum range, what I'm going to do is increase my shockwave size to 0.9 meters. And I think everything is good here for now. We will obviously come back to like enemy attack level skips and health in a moment. But first, we're going to go to the attack upgrades, and we're going to unlock basically everything here. You really can't go wrong. And what we're going to do is we're going to max the bounce shot targets, the rapid fire duration, multi-shot targets, and I guess we can go ahead and max like crit chance. It doesn't really hurt. It'll help us keep our death wave up a little bit. And the main stuff that you don't want to touch in the attack workshop is actually going to be your chances. Anything that says chance. So multi-shot chance, rapid fire chance, and bounce shot chance in particular. The reason being, all of these will work with knockback to kick enemies away from your tower. With Blender, that's absolutely what you want to do, but with Orb Devo, we're not going to do that. So now we'll double back and come back to the defense upgrades, and we'll basically just do health until it starts to get pretty expensive. Maybe we'll stop once it starts costing about 10 billion. So there we go. That's 2,000 levels in health, not bad. Now we'll go back over to basically the utility workshop, and we want to get a few levels in some of this stuff. So we'll do a little bit in recovery amount and a little bit into max recovery, just to get a good baseline established. And now we will pump up our enemy attack level skips pretty much as we can. So there we go. That's all we got. One of the key components of Orb Devo is you need to have your Death Wave, Golden Tower, and Black Hole synced. I obviously do not have a natural sync currently. We're getting close, but I don't have it yet. So the reason that I'm going ahead and respecking is because I'm going to be using a module that we'll talk about in a little bit that will basically help me do that. But that is the basics of setting up Orb Devo. Other stuff that you can max once you have the coins to do so, you can absolutely max like crit factor, attack speed, bounce shot range if you have the coins for it. Pretty much you just don't want to touch anything that says chance. Similar thing within the defense category. You don't want to do thorns too high until you get wall. Once you get the wall unlocked, you'll go ahead and just max this. But because we don't have the wall unlocked, we're going to leave it at 34%. And same kind of concept, you don't want any workshop orbs, you just want the extra orbs from the card, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and max orb speed, knockback force, etc. You don't want to put anything in a knockback chance or landmine chance, but you can, again, if you have the coins to do it, max out like landmine radius, landmine damage, things like that. Alright, but speaking of ultimate weapons, this is basically the stuff that I've done. I put a few levels into the black hole size in preparation for this video, and we also put one more click in the cooldowns for Death Wave and Golden Tower. Obviously, again, we don't yet quite have a natural sync, but that's okay. We will get there eventually. That's actually going to cover it for the workshop. Let's move on to the cards. Alright, so here are the cards. We are still doing the same gem spending strategy where we buy all 80 of our cards, and then basically spend the equivalent on modules, which is 1,600 gems. Alright, so within the cards, you can see we have 13 card slots currently, and like I said, we've just kind of been buying our 80 cards and then buying the equivalent amount of modules. We're one card away from getting some of these crucial levels, like level 6 coins, level 6 cash. We already got level 6 enemy balance, and yeah, things are going good. And I'm really quickly just actually going to make a quick setup for Orb Devo, and that should be pretty good. So we'll just start at the top here. But first and foremost, we'll do health, we'll do cash, coins, extra defense, enemy balance, extra orb. This one's really important, and you definitely need to get the labs done for it. Then we'll get critical coin, wave skip, recovery package chance for our galaxy compressor. Then we'll get wave accelerator, and I think we'll go ahead and put berserker in, attack speed in, and health regen. Basically, berserker and attack speed are for lifesteal, then health regen is just added survivability. But this is the basic card setup that we're going to be using for Orb Devo. And I'll actually just title this preset Orb Devo. But yeah, moving on, let's go ahead and talk about modules. Alright, so within the modules, you can see we've gotten pretty dang lucky with modules. Let me just show you guys the previous 150 pulls. We got a Singularity Harness here. We got an Anti-Cube Portal there. We got an Astral Deliverance, a Havoc Bringer, and a Dimension Core. That's basically what we've gotten in the past 150 pulls. Obviously, please don't get mad at me. Like I said, it happens differently for everybody. But what we're going to do is actually take out the Primordial Collapse because we don't have a natural sink, and we're actually going to put in this module right here, which is Multiverse Nexus. So we're going to equip that, and then I'm going to need to restore the level of this, get all of our coins refunded, and put it all into this. And what we're going to do from here is try to do some rolls. We're going to definitely try. So the things that we are looking for here is we are looking for Death Wave quantity, Death Wave cooldown, Golden Tower bonus, Golden Tower duration, Golden Tower cooldown, and things like Black Hole size would be okay. Spotlight angle is great. And then honestly, any of these would be good. So we're going to go ahead and just roll and see if we get lucky. But before we do that, I am going to lock in the Golden Tower bonus. Let's just see if we get lucky here and get something that we need. All right, we got a spotlight angle. I think that that's going to be better than this stuff, so we'll go ahead and lock in the new. But what I really want to see is a Golden Tower duration or a Golden Tower / Death Wave cooldown. Black hole size, we'll keep it going. Black hole size again. Okay, whatever. So we got spotlight angle with Death Wave damage, so I think we're actually going to lock that in for the time being, and that should be fine. In terms of the rest of this stuff, doesn't really matter. The module that would be really good in the armor slot would be the Wormhole Redirector. Unfortunately, we currently do not have one of those, which is totally fine. Once we get closer to unlocking the wall, we will definitely be using the Sharp Fortitude, but for the meantime, we will just get by with this Orbital Augment. That's actually going to cover it for the modules. Let's go ahead and talk about the labs. Alright, so within the labs, you guys already know, I don't even need to say it, but I'm gonna. I am a firm believer in lab speed, so we will be leaving lab speed in here for a very, very, very long time. It gives you the secret currency of the tower, idle tower defense, which is, you guessed it, time. Just decreasing the amount of time it takes to get all of these other labs completed. Arguably, in my opinion, one of the best labs in the game. I'm going ahead and getting a good establishment in my waves required so that I can get my perks a little bit quicker. That's going to be really good. I've also got attack speed in here, mostly just for the sake of the blender build. I have orb speed in here, another pretty good one, and then I have Golden Tower duration as kind of my econ lab. I'll briefly just show you guys the history that we've been doing. I'd finished Workshop Respec. We put a few levels into the improved trade-off perks, but it is getting very expensive, so we're going to put that on the back burner. I've also been kind of periodically working on some of my module labs. So we already finished Common Drop Chance, which is huge. That one is really, really good. We also got Black Hole Coin Bonus up to level 10. The first goal for all of my Econ Coin Bonus labs is basically I want to get them all to level 10 just as a baseline. Then, we'll move on from there. Put a few more levels into things like health, some of the survivability labs. We got some auto pick perk rankings here, just so that we can get some of our key perks a little bit quicker and I don't have to micromanage it as bad. Death Wave health, no brainer. Standard perk bonus to level 10, really, really good. So these are kind of the labs that I've been working on for a little bit here. And with that, that's actually going to cover the labs. Let's go ahead and talk about the tournaments. All right, so within the tournaments, we are still in Gold League, but we are steadily improving. You can see we made it up to Platinum once. We got a very lucky bracket, it looks like, to get us into Platinum. And from there on, we have basically just been slowly trying to improve our waves so that eventually we get into the higher rankings. Like I mentioned, because I'm now going to be doing Orb Devo, the tournaments are going to struggle a little bit, but that's okay. That's totally fine by me. Like, it will be well worth it when I get the coin income to a way better spot, and then we will end up actually being ahead is what I kind of found on my main account, so I suspect that it will be a similar result here. And again, if you want to see the guide that I have on Orb Devo that goes into the actual nitty-gritty details, the perks that you want to take, the perks you want to avoid, the modules, everything, go check out that video. It's a really good video and it took me a lot of time. But anyway, guys, that's actually going to wrap up the contents of today's video, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you got something out of it, please consider leaving a like on it and dropping a comment and subscribing if you'd like to see some more of my content. Likewise, we have a Discord server full of people who love playing this game as much as I do. It's a really cool place, and if you're not already in the Discord, what are you doing? Get in there. We've got 3,100 people. We have a mentor program for new players or old players alike. And all of our mentors have been vetted by myself and the mod team, and they are good people. They will want to help you with your tower. They are knowledgeable about the game, and they'll get you going in the right direction. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's video, but thank you guys so much for watching, and like always, I will see you guys later.